Hi wavy curlies. So I want to talk to you today about plopping. So plopping is a technique that is used usually with a microfiber towel or a t-shirt where we can help absorb more moisture out of our hair at some point during our styling post-wash cycle. So the premise is that you generally put some kind of product in your hair, whether it's a leave-in or a styling products, and then we blot the hair with that shirt in a plopping manner. And plopping would be laying the t-shirt or microfiber towel down, going forward and letting your curls just like an accordion, just kind of coil into that t-shirt. And then you wrap it around your head and tie it either in front or back. And I'm not gonna go into it because I don't do it. It tends to flatten my low density hair. So if you're like me and you can see a lot of scalp when you are wet or even dry, then you may have found some frustration with plopping like I have. So there are a couple other things that people do, and one of the things is called micro plopping, which is where you just take the t-shirt or towel, microfiber towel, and then you just scrunch the hair in with the t-shirt, and so you can control where you're absorbing the water and kind of direct it and do more in one place or the other. You don't get any squashing or flattening effect against the roots, and that might be great. If my hair were maybe really long, like let's say to here, I could potentially do that, but with how short, how fine, and how low density is, that's not even my favorite thing to do, because I feel like once my fingers curl in, they're changing the shape of that vertical coil or curl or wave or whatever it is. So if I went in like this, my fingers are now gonna do something by clamping it down, right? So I do something that I refer to as Slinky blot. I just think of that old toy, the Slinky, and I just want the coils or curls or waves to just form their natural way like you would with plopping when you bend forward, but I'm not gonna have all the compression of the entire t-shirt all over my whole head. I'm just going to blot it with an open hand, right? And you can see that it helps the curls start to form without getting dents, bends, or weird wrinkles. Generally, I'll do this and I'll hold and I'll just kind of press in. And I'll do this all over my head. And it also helps me to see if there's any curls that are like not forming well, if I can finger coil something, if something needs to be separated, if it's too big. And so I just Slinky blot. You can hold it as long as you want. You can just do it once on each side. The more you take it on and off, the more potential you have for frizz. Now the thing is that the ends are hitting first, and they're probably gonna get absorbed the most. And my ends are my highest porosity. So, oh, I even have like cute little curls you can't even see, but there's like circular movements on the shirt. But the ends are gonna absorb the most water, get the most water absorbed off of them by the t-shirt. And I have lower porosity roots, and even some of my other high porosity gals, you may have lower porosity roots. So I still feel like my ends are not that wet, but my roots are still super wet. So in addition to Slinky blotting my hair, and I would need to do it up here too, I will lift my hair and strategically go in with the t-shirt just at my roots. So I'll lift a section and just blot at my roots so that they can get some of that moisture absorbed off of them, so that I can speed up the drying time and I don't wind up frying my ends with my diffuser when I'm trying to diffuse it, because I tend to diffuse my hair, and I do try to do things to not fry my ends, other techniques while I'm diffusing too, but I like to go in and do the lift and blot. So I Slinky blot and I lift and blot my roots. So this has been super helpful for me. Right now I have flaxseed gel on my hair, but it's still really, really wet. And I want to go in with a double application, which I've done forever, because obviously this is taking off some, in addition to water, it's going to be taking off some of the product, whether that's leave-in or cream or gel or whatever. It doesn't matter in terms of what layering technique you use and what products you use, but these are just some drying things that can help. So I'm just blotting at the very nape of my neck. Those hairs tend to be really lower porosity. They're not getting beat by the wind and the elements and the sun or the hot water like the top of my hair is. And here I'm just gonna lift and right kind of at the base of my skull, feel very, very, very wet there. And I'm just blotting. And you can take a dry part of the towel, or you can just keep reusing the wet spot if you feel like you're getting too much absorbed. But I had left my hair very wet. I hadn't done any kind of drying yet. I had just kind of scrunched to release water. So here I am, and you can see Slinky blot even at the end to help those curls be encouraged. And it doesn't put quite as much pressure on. And now I can go in with my second application of my product, and that can be done a few different ways, whether it's praying hands or just lightly grazing or rope scrunching, and then maybe just 1 or 2 scrunches with some pulsing. That's kind of gonna be up to you what works best for your hair, but I just really wanted to share that plopping doesn't work for me. Even wet plopping hasn't been great. It does help support the coils, but even the shower cap that you would put on starts to flatten my natural lift, and my hair's so fine. Sometimes once it's been flattened, it's hard for it to come back up again. So I kind of need to take advantage of that right away in my styling process. So Slinky blot and the lift and blot are 2 techniques that I've been using for a while, and I just thought I would share them with you. So if you have hair similar to mine, or maybe even if you don't, if those can help you, then I wanted to share them with you. So let me know if you try this and if it works, if it helps. Hopefully you won't have any bent, crinkled, weird, dented coils. So let me know what you think in the comments, you guys. Please subscribe, it helps me so much. And if you have any comments, questions, let me know. I'll try to get back to those. Feel free to share this, and don't forget to subscribe so you'll know when I post another wavy curly video soon. Bye.